Hello everyone, today we'll be doing homework number 6YT. Homework number 6YT asks us to write a decimal grade to letter grade converter and a function that prints out a nicely formatted table using I believe a file that includes name, letter grade, and point average. And basically, for the first question, I made this code over here, and it's very simple to understand. I'm just using control flow functions to specify where this decimal grade will be going and what it will be returning, as you can see. And take notice that this actually can be an else function, but else function, today's not your day. This else function will be taking its place for today. The next line is a print function. I'll be printing this evaluated code, and this will be invoking this function over here. So the next program is actually a helper function. We'll be helping out this over here, but before we talk about this, let's talk about the helper functions first, and we'll be going back to this one in a second. So this list maker string just replaces space with nothing and new character with nothing, and we'll be splitting the string on the places where a comma and a dot and a period are put together, and this will come to play very soon, as we will see. And this will be returning that list. And the next function is an averager that will be taking in a list, and it will be evaluating each indice in that list, and it will be appending it to a new list B, and it will be also finding the length of L and setting it to the variable length over here, as you can see. And point average will be equal to the sum of B divided by 100 times length rounded to 2 decimals. And I want you to take notice that this round function is actually not needed, since the formation of this doesn't really require it. How these are actually won't be if it rounds up to 92, 0.92 would not be returning A, because it's excluded. So it's not really important, but just to be on the safe side, I put it right there. And I'm using over here the a bif function sum, and it will be summing up. Basically, what it does, it will be summing up each value in the B list. And the next is gonna be equal to the decimal to letter grade converter of point average. So we'll be getting a letter grade, and we'll be returning a point grade and a letter grade together. And these two play a big role in the next function, as you'll see. And the next function is actually the main function, test scores to letter file name. It'll be opening a file name and reading it. So it won't be writing in it. It will just be reading it, and we'll be taking in all the information. So then the next is we'll be printing this nicely formatted first heading, and this will be printing student, grade, test average in these formats over here. Then the next line will be printing these dashes, and they will have be spaces in between them. Of course, I want to take notice. I want you to take notice that you could actually have this as a loop function. You can use loop function to create these, but this is the much more efficient, time efficient way to do it. Then the next line is a loop function, and for line in file, which is every line in that file intaked, and that line will be one in this function list maker, and list maker takes a string, since this line will be also a string. Since when you import from a file, you'll be getting a string, and this will be fixing it up for us to get a nicely formatted list. And I want you to look at this again, and over here we have a space, and we have two characters over here, a comma and a period, to separate the actual important data. So and also a new line character over here when it's imported. So it will have these three things to consider before getting a nice list to work with. So I'm over here, like I said, I'm just getting rid of these stuffs so that it's much easier to work with, and I don't have to think about them anymore after I get rid of them. So that's basically what I'm doing over here. And as you can see, I get rid of that space and the new line character, and I split it at those critical points so that I have a list containing the important stuff from that file. And then the next line is actually the key part of this, and it will be popping out that first indice in this list. And by popping out, what it is just takes out that value, the L of L brackets and in brackets 0, and we'll be assigning that to K, the variable K, and that list embraces 0 will be taken out completely, and it will be replaced by a new one. Well, not replaced, but since it's just like pulling out that thing, and then the other things, the ones before it would just slide into that place. And so the one that was L embraces 1 will now be L embraces 0, and the list will be one indices shorter, basically. And since we have one indices shorter, as you can see, the first one that comes in was a name, so we don't want this to be in our evaluation at all. And so that's why we're getting rid of it before we evaluate L in here. We put in this function the averager, which will be finding the eval of each each token in this list, and then finds the average, the point average, and letter grade. And pay attention that I'm using actually simultaneous assignment over here to assign point average to point average and letter grade to letter grade. And then I'm printing this over here, and take notice that I'm actually using the same format over here, so that it's formatted the same way. And take notice that I don't need this for point average, because I don't need these things over here for point average, because the way that numbers are formatted would be to the right end, while strings are formatted to the in default formatted to the left. So this is why I don't need it over here. Also, I don't need this 0.2f to rounding to two places, because I'm already rounding over here. But just another filter so that I don't get any mistakes, just to be triple sure, if that's a correct statement. And then I'm closing this file over here, and as Professor Wellman says, to be nice to the file, we have to close it every time we open it. But I don't see I haven't really looked into it as much, but closing a file after just reading it doesn't seem to be important. Well, at least as important as closing it after you write in it. And I have worked with that a few homeworks before, and if you don't close it, it will not work at all when you're writing in a file. So then I have this invoking function over here, statement over here, it will be invoking the deskgrades.text, which will be the text that was provided. So let's run this and let's see what's gonna happen. And hope that our buddy over here that got a 43 is was hoping for at least a D. So let's. Oh, it's too bad. You got an E. Well, work hard next time, buddy. So as you can see, we have a nicely formatted table. It looks pretty nice as well. And that's basically what homework number 6 was. So thank you for watching this video. Until next time, see ya.